If you want me to stay, if you want me to stay, if you want me to stay, I will stay by your side. I will stay by your side. I will stay by your side. I won't run far. I won't run far. I won't run far. I can always be found. I will stay by your side, and I want you to find me, so I'll stay by your side. If you need me, if you need me, if you need me, I can always be found. I can always be found. I can always be found. I won't run far. I won't run far. I won't run far. I can always be found. I can always be found. I can always be found.